Hello y'all, my name is Sydney CM. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're actually doing a crochet video, which is a hobby of mine that I've yet to share with you guys on YouTube. The goal of today's video, use up some of my yarn stash. This is like the main bulk of it. And I also have these little projects I never finished that I could do something with. We got a little bit of everything in here. My first thought for a project is using this pink, this black, and this gray yarn to make a sock. So I think that's gonna be our first project for this video. I'm gonna use one of these 5.5 Susan Bates hooks, and I found a tutorial on TikTok that I'm gonna follow. I'll put a screenshot of the account right here. She made it seem super simple, so I'm very confident in doing this right now. I'm chilling in bed watching a documentary about prison. I think it's called The Alabama Secret, and I'm just starting to work up this pattern. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna do like stripes. The original pattern doesn't have ribbing on it, but I'm definitely gonna add ribbing, maybe even like a what's it called, a shell border. It is the next day. I'm currently watching How It's Made in the living room, and this is where we are on the socks so far. So I just got off work. I'm gonna have to timestamp this video because I have no idea when the last time I filmed was, but they are actually done. So that is it for this project, but look how freaking cute they are. I did end up doing the scalloped edge. I remembered what it was called. I love, but I'm excited to move on to the next project. Yeah, I forgot to say, I did have to frog this twice. The first time made it too big, second time made it too small. So this time was right perfect in the middle. Okay, I'm back. My boyfriend came over for the weekend, so that kind of like stunted my crochet productivity, but I feel like that's a given. This is a realistic video. Here are the socks, what they look like on. Oh yeah, and they're adorable. I was worried about them not being comfortable because of the kind of yarn, but they are really comfortable. I've slept in them like twice. The next project we're doing, I'm picking another skein of yarn out of this basket. I have already started on it. I picked this yellow skein of yarn because I don't really like this color, but when I look at this color, I think of my mom. So I'm making her a cat ear beanie, which I've never made before. Here is a screenshot of the TikTok account that I got the pattern from. This should be a super simple one. I'm hoping I can finish this up tonight. Okay, so I did indeed finish it in one night. However, that does mean that I didn't get any footage of it because I was working on it on my breaks at work and I can't record at work. So here's what the finished product looks like. I ended up adding some ribbing at the bottom, and you just fold it up like this and it looks like some cat ears. My mom is gonna absolutely love this. I also had time to make some matching hand warmers. I also added ribbing to this one, and I added a little scalloped edge to the finger part because I just always be adding that, man. Can't stop me. But I actually really need something to wear for Thanksgiving. Well, not for Thanksgiving, but for Friendsgiving. I'm gonna see if I can find a yarn in my scrap yarn that could work, but that might be hard. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm back at home. Do have to go to work again in a couple hours, but I want to get started on this cardigan because it's going to be the biggest project we're doing in this video. So this over here is my like priority yarn bin. So even though this is in my priority yarn bin, which we aren't picking from in today's video, I have a lot of them in the scrap yarn drawer. So technically I do really need to get rid of it because like, when am I ever gonna use this much of it, you know? And then we're gonna reach back in for some more black yarn from the scrap yarn bin. So here's the skirt that I'm wearing, but here are the colors with it, and maybe I'll make a cat ear beanie to match if I have enough yarn left. I'm really hoping that this works out though. Here is the sweater that I'm going off of, or the cardigan I mean. This is my own freehand pattern that I didn't write down, so I'm just gonna count the rows and recreate it with that yarn. taking that apart and redoing it in the right stitch. This is how much I have done. The whole body is done, and I have a whole sleeve, and I'm starting on the second one. All I need to do after that is sew this side together, and then we can do the border. I do, of course, have to go back to work again soon. We're going to be doing another rushed session before work. Okay, today's Thanksgiving. I've had this cardigan finished for a couple days now. I really sped through it and I finished it in like a couple days, but I've been busy because, as I said, it's been freaking Thanksgiving. Here it is. It's really cute, and for the ends of the sleeves, I decided to switch it up and add a ruffle, and then I also added a scalloped border right here. I just really need to get a button for it, so I'm gonna make my boyfriend drive me to Michael's when he comes over this weekend, probably on Saturday right before I'm going to Friendsgiving. And I did start on the matching cat beanie. I'm not sure if I'm gonna wear it with it, but this color is like good for winter anyways, and I wanted one for myself, so alright, here is the finished cardigan all steamed and everything. In case you were wondering, I did indeed make my boyfriend drive me to Michael's Saturday, like directly before the event, so predicted it! This is the button I ended up going with. I'll put in pictures of like some more detailed images of what it looks like up close and everything. This is my first time steaming something like this, and it made it 1,000 times better. It lays so flat now, and it's so movable. I don't know, I love it. Very happy with this, and I did wear it to my Friendsgiving. Here's me and my boyfriend. I think with that, I'm gonna officially end the video here because it's officially December, which means I need to start working on Christmas presents, and I already have stopped recording what I'm crocheting because I'm behind. I'm far behind, but first thing we made was these socks. I did steam these. I'm not sure if that was a good idea or a bad idea, but still look really cute. So next we made this cat beanie and hand warmer set for my mom for Christmas. I had a really fun time making these. Both these and the sock I definitely want to make more of, and I did. I made another cat ear beanie right here for me. I forgot to show you all the finished product of this one. Here's what it looks like. I didn't end up wearing it with this, but it does look cute with it. Alright guys, that was going to be it for this video. Hopefully I will have future installments in this series or other crochet videos, but who knows if I'll even have any other videos. I don't know. Anyways,